having a body scan at the start of your training program or during your training program is a great way to measure your results and your progress, because you'll be able to see exactly where you're gaining muscle throughout your body, so in each limb.
Hey Emma, thank you for taking the time to join us on the D8 Training Podcast.
That's all right, thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm quite excited. This is definitely the cutest podcast I've had with your two kids. They're so well behaved and lots of smiles here. Thanks, Ellie. So we're sitting here, we're at the Smart Recovery and Wellness Centre. Can you tell us about the Smart Recovery and Wellness Centre?
Yeah, so we've been here for 4 years now. So we started just at the start of COVID and went through the whole COVID scenario, but we've made it through the other end. Yeah, so we do a range of different things here. So we do salt therapy, so we've got the salt rooms, we do lymphatic drainage, infrared saunas, ice bath, hot tub, body scan, and then we've got physio here. Yeah, so a little bit of everything.
You cover it all. Can you tell us a bit about each of the services?
Yeah, definitely. So as salt rooms, we've got 3 different salt rooms. So we've got a children's salt room, a group salt room, and a private salt room. So salt therapy is 100% natural. Really good for anyone with any respiratory conditions or skin conditions. It's been quite popular lately with kids with croup or any kind of sinus stuff going on, asthma even. Children see some amazing results with asthma, using their puffers a lot less, which is great. And then we've got our private salt room, which is for the adults. So that's great. It's a lot more concentrated than our group salt room. So great if you've got like getting over a bad cold or flu and just want to really like nail that cold or flu. So you sit back in a recliner massage chair in a group salt room or private salt room, and you inhale dry salt particles into your lungs, into your airways, and they're attached to any kind of pathogens in there and help you expel out any kind of mucus, open up your airways, increase your lung capacity.
And then you mentioned you had cold plunges and infrared saunas. So the cold plunges are the cold therapy, infrared saunas are the heat therapy. And they've quite talked about it for recovery, athletes and many people do it. Yeah. When should someone choose heat therapy over cold therapy?
Look, that's a good question. They've both got, and it depends what kind of study that you do on both of them, but they both hold their own purpose in their own place, and it depends on, because they really got similar sort of benefits. Yes, so we've got 2 different types of infrared saunas. We've got the M-Pulse sauna, which has got the red light in it. So that's great for people with autoimmune conditions or specific things that they really want to target health-wise. So we do different programs in that sauna. So we've got the cardiovascular program, relaxation, detoxification, weight loss one, pain relief. Yes, there's a few different programs you can choose from. And they all run for different time frames and different wavelengths of mid, near and far infrared. And then we've got the Amplify infrared sauna, which gets a lot hotter. So it gets up to about 75 degrees in that one. Still got your mid, far and near infrared in there, but it's just not as potent, as strong as what the M-Pulse is with that. But you do get a big sweat up in that. So great for muscle recovery if you're doing it more in a sports sort of performance. And then ice bath and hot tub. There's been a lot of knowledge, a lot of hype at the moment about how beneficial it is for mental health and for increasing your stamina. But it helps with inflammation throughout your body as well. Boost your mood, increase your energy levels, great for your skin. So there's a range of different benefits. Also great for, people with autoimmune conditions as well. It's definitely worth giving a go, and it's very challenging to get into the ice bath, but you do feel amazing after. We've had some people as of late, some good results with their autoimmune conditions.
Is this by doing the ice bath?
Ice bath, no. So we've got some clients who have just been doing the ice bath and seeing really good results. And we've got a couple clients with MS that do it. And they've noticed that it's really helped them with their symptoms. It depends on the individual person and what they like. Some people absolutely hate the heat and don't like an infrared sauna, even though it doesn't get as hot as a normal kind of steam room. And some people thrive in the cold. So it's really about trying out each one and then choosing what works best for you.
So with the cold plunge, is it a cold plunge or you've got the warm?
Yeah, so we've got an ice bath and a hot tub. So I will mention all our services are private, so in your own private room. So when you go and use our ice bath and hot tub, you're in your own private wet area. You can either come in with a friend or two, otherwise you've got it all to yourself. No one else is going to be coming in and out. So if you're a bit nervous to get in your bathers or something like that, there's no need to be nervous here.
No need to worry.
Exactly. No one's going to be watching you.
How would you recommend the cold plunge and then the warm hot tub? Would you go like 2 minutes in the cold, then go into the hot?
Ideally, you want to try and go into the ice bath for up to a minute is ideal for your first time. It is extremely cold. The first time I thought I was going to get in there for 3 minutes, no worries, but I only did 30 seconds. It's best to do that, and then you can get out, hop into the hot tub, stay in there for 3 minutes, and then go back into the ice bath and try again. Some people don't like using the hot tub, so you could just use the ice bath. So you can book in a 15-minute time to use just the ice bath in the wet area. Some people don't like using the hot tub after the ice bath because it gives them like the tingly sort of feeling and pins and needles. Yeah. And some people hate that, and other people absolutely love it. Personally, I love having the hot tub after the ice bath. It sort of just helps me get in the mental space again to hop back into the ice tub. Whereas I know like my husband, for example, he does not like getting into the hot tub. He'd rather just go into the ice bath, spend his 3 minutes in there and then get out.
So do people spend up to 15 minutes just in the ice?
No, so everyone always says that, but we give 15 minutes for the area out there. So that's time to have a shower beforehand and then hop in, try a few times and then hop out.
I know what you mean by the mental health benefit, because once you're in an ice bath, I've done it a few times, you're not thinking about anything else, the to-do list or who said what. It's
survival mode.
Breathe. And then you mentioned the lymphatic drainage. So could you go into that a bit more and what the key benefit is?
Yeah, so your lymphatic, it's super important to keep your lymphatic system nice and cleansed, detoxed and healthy, because it is like a sewage pathway to get rid of all the toxins and that throughout the body. We've got the Normatec system, so we call that lymphatic drainage. We've got hip attachment, leg attachment and attachments. So you sit back in a recliner chair, we come and put the suits on you. You can choose whatever suits that you want to use, so you don't have to use all three, you can use just one if you want. And then pretty much what happens, they blow up with air and then they squeeze, so it's a bit like a sensation, it's a bit like getting your blood pressure taken / getting a massage, I guess you could say. It blows up with air, compresses, helps promote better circulation, better range of motion, better flexibility, gets rid of any kind of fluid retention, any lactic acid as well. So great for sports recovery in terms of then you're able to, train harder, push harder, get better results rather than waiting extra period of time to recover. So it's really good for that, but also we get most of our clients though, people who've got restless legs, they do it, any kind of, aches and pains throughout their body because it helps reduce the inflammation. People with really bad fluid retention, like lymphedema. We get some cancer patients that use it as well. It's really good for like a broad range of people. And it's very relaxing, and you have a herbal tea as well. You can just chill out, forget about the world.
It sounds like with all the services, whether it be lymphatic drainage, the salt rooms, the cold plunges, the infrared saunas, it's not just targeted for athletes, it's targeted for anyone.
Totally, yeah. So a lot of people come in, they're like, I thought this was only like a sports recovery centre, but really we're here for everyone's, to benefit everyone's health and wellness and well-being in the most holistic and natural way as possible. Our body roll machines are really cool too.
Can you go further into the body roll machines? I saw them, they're just big and
It's like just imagine like a foam roller on steroids pretty much. So you roll your body over and they're like these, how can I even explain it properly? They're like these barrels that you roll your body over and they get into any kind of aches and pains, little niggles throughout your body. Great for people with endometriosis as well. I heard from some clients that they've seen some good relief, like pain relief, because you can roll your tummy on it as well. Great for cellulite.
I got a couple of that.
So in terms of for sports recovery though, body rolls really good to do post-training or post-game, but you can get a little bit sore from it, so don't do it like just before a race or anything like that.
So it's more for afterwards
After
as opposed to
post-recovery, definitely. Yeah. But also great for people who can't do a lot of exercise, whether they're, you know, carrying an injury at the moment. It's really good to do to help stimulate the lymphatic system, get everything kind of working and moving and get that fluid sort of around their body.
And the lymphatic system is so important. Like I know the other day my legs were feeling quite, I guess, heavy and tired. And as soon as I did some dry brushing around it made such a difference.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, so dry brushing is a good thing that you could do at home to help stimulate your lymphatic system.
Look, I'm a big believer of all the natural recovery and wellness and everything that you offer here. You know, it's the whole holistic approach, not just the body, it's the mind and then the spirit, being able to come here and just unwind and not think about anything. And then also just it's a natural therapy. There's fewer side effects compared to pharmaceuticals, though very blessed we have a lot of the pharmaceuticals. Yeah. I'm a big believer of trying something more natural.
Really, and if we could, you know, if only everyone was on board with, you know, blending them both together, because there's a place and need for both of them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Everyone's got like different symptoms and care that they require. What role does personalised care play in your practice, and how do you tailor your services to meet individual needs?
Yeah, so pretty much when someone comes in, we always find out like why they've come in. Because it's really important to know your why, because as soon as you know your why, then we can help tailor and customise your services to what kind of results you want to receive. Because there's no point having something done, not be able to see those results. So we're very big on trying to help people see the best results and the best outcome for their health. And we're all very passionate about that here.
How do you measure the results?
Body scans are a great way, because body scans will show you your protein, your minerals, body fat, your muscle mass, your visceral fat, intracellular, extracellular water, so your fluid retention and that. We are at the moment, it's on the down low, but we are coming up with a bit more of a in-depth program to measure your results. So hang tight, something will be coming out soon. At the moment, it's currently how you feel and how things are sort of progressing for yourself, but we would really like to create a more in-depth sort of program on how you can visually see the results, because sometimes it's a bit like, you know, weighing yourself on the scales. As soon as your weight goes down, you're happy. As soon as your weight goes up, you're unhappy. It's just a mental sort of game. We know from the body scans that when your weight goes up, it's not always a bad thing. You could be gaining muscle and losing fat, but it's just a mental thing that we all think of is, no, that must be fat as soon as we gain weight.
We did touch briefly on the mental health aspect before. Yep. And we know that approximately 1 in 5 Australians aged 16 to 85 experience a mental health condition in any given year. And I think over the lifetime, 75% of Australians experience a mental health condition. So this includes anxiety disorders, depression, substance abuse. While they're only common, it's only about 54% of people with a mental health condition seek help. Can you just discuss the importance of mental health in recovery and how your programs support this aspect of well-being?
Yeah, totally. I guess as soon as someone walks into our space here, we like to make people feel as comfortable as possible. Each one of our clients aren't just a number to us. We actually, you know, like to get to know each person. If people feel like opening up to us, here to chat.
And you've created such a beautiful environment. Like we're sitting here at the Smart Recovery Centre, and I just feel relaxed already. Yeah, it's a very positive energy.
Thank you. With all our services, it's all about having that space where you can have your treatments by yourself. You don't have to feel like someone else is watching you, or, you know, you've got to talk to other people. I know that some people do love that. So there's recovery centres where everyone goes into the sauna together, or everyone goes and sits on lymphatic chairs and all chats, and, you know, you meet different people, and some people are really looking for that. Here it's more about being your own, you know, having that quality me time. So I guess that's where each service is more personalised. We'll take you into the service, explain to you what you're doing, sit you down, set you up, and then you can just chill out. So our salt rooms, I mean, with all the salt in the room and the Himalayan salt lamps as well, that creates a really nice, all the negative ions as well, which are quite beneficial for your mental health. And then like ice bath is great for mental health as well. Yeah.
They all help, and it's just being able to come here, unwind.
Yeah, and self-care.
Yeah.
So important.
Definitely. And especially being mums, I'm sure you'll
definitely.
find it too. Sometimes we forget about that because we're so busy giving to everyone else, where at least you can come in here, take, 15, 30 minutes, an hour.
For any like mums that are listening and you're like, I just don't have the time to be by myself, I totally understand. And that's where the children's salt room's great as well. You can come in there, bring your kids in. It's a private salt session for you and your family. So you can come in there, kids can play, and maybe you could just sit back and just relax and just chill out for half an hour. Or if you've got a child who might just sit there, and I know I'm not all for screens or anything like that, but sometimes you just need a screen. You're more than welcome to have, 30 minutes on lymphatic drainage. They can sit in a beanbag next to you. Obviously, as long as they're not running around or anything like that.
So I know you mentioned briefly the salt rooms for kids, so that's completely safe for kids?
Yeah, definitely. So for infants as well. So my two little kids, they've been in there since they were like first born. So I think Ellie went in there when she was like 4 weeks old, and Jet about the same, I reckon.
And are any of the other services open to kids?
It depends what sort of age you're looking at. So lymphatic drainage, we have had kids, I think youngest on lymphatic drainage on the Normtech was like 9 years old, but with parent supervision, of course. Infrared saunas, we can do, from about like 11, 12, but not for as long because they don't need as long. It really depends how old they are, what they're doing it for. So we normally have a bit of a chat before someone just books their kids in.
It's not like here you go, off you go.
Here you go, bye.
Yeah. That's good. And look, especially with some of the kids sporting, they're starting to specialise so young and put their bodies under extreme pressure. So coming in and doing the lymphatic drainage or the rolling can see the benefits.
Definitely, yeah. I think, when was it, earlier on this year, there was a big competition at the stadium down here, the SA Stadium. Is it still called Santos?
The athletics track.
Yeah. So there was a big thing there earlier this year, and we had lots of, I wouldn't really say kids, like between 16 to 18, they were coming in and using all our services for their recovery. And I think some of them made it to the Olympics. That was pretty cool.
Well, let's move on to strength training. I know you started your journey as a personal trainer. So how do you find that strength training fits into the recovery and wellness programs?
That's a good question. Like, we don't have a strength programming system set up here at all. I used to do personal training before I had the two little kiddies, but it's become a bit too time poor to be able to fit that in as well. Look, so getting a body scan is a great way. If you've got a PT that you're working with, like at your place,
training?
Yes, exactly. Having a body scan at the start of your training program or during your training program is a great way to measure your results and your progress, because you'll be able to see exactly where you're gaining muscle throughout your body. So in each limb, you'll be able to see your protein as well, your minerals, your body fat. So it's very much so in depth. Like what I said earlier on about just watching your weight on the scales, increase in that doesn't always mean that you're, increasing body fat or decreasing body fat. Yeah.
Can you just come in and have the body scan on its own without utilising?
Definitely, yep. So you can book in online, or you can give us a call and book in and have a body scan done. Yeah, so a body scan only takes a couple minutes to have the actual scan. We allow about 20 minutes, 25 minutes for an appointment where we'll go through your results with you. You'll be able to take your results home. Everything will be stayed on file. So next time when you come back in, we'll be able to then assess your scan again and then see your progress. So we normally recommend to come back in 4 weeks' time, because that's enough time to be able to measure good progress, and you'll be able to alter your training program around that.
If someone's interested in booking an appointment, coming to see you, where can they find out about you?
So they can go onto our Instagram page, Smart Recovery and Wellness, or they can head to our website.
I'll put all that into the show note. And just to finish up, two final questions. What is one habit that someone can start today to make a positive impact on their training or vitality?
Ooh, recovery.
Come
definitely recovery. If you're not already doing some kind of recovery, you know, recovery helps prevent injuries from occurring and helps you feel great as well, and helps you get more out of your training.
Yeah, so come here, book in an appointment. Yeah. Love it. And lastly, what does dominate mean to you?
Dominate. What does dominate mean to me? Dominate recovery.
Thank you, Emma, so much for coming onto the show. Really appreciate it. This was great, just sharing your services, because until I came here, I didn't even know some of these were available. So thank you. Until next time, dominate your life.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.